It does some walking things. Oh, it's got a little wheel on the. I just noticed it's got a little wheel on the egg because I thought it can't balance properly, can it? But it doesn't. Yes. So it has 3D flaming eyes. Flaming eyes. Yes. So this is what it is. This is what we had last time, which has got a little spring in there, so it winds and runs. It's got a little bit that locks in place for winding, and then it doesn't run, but it's got the 3D flaming eyes and a little drawer that opens and closes. I think that got it. Can see you now, says Gemma. Good. Hopefully I'm here. Yep. Mark is in, Gemma's in. Who else is in? I saw the Bobbins and Stefan. So that's the regular crew. Apparently there are 6 viewers. So if you're watching and are not in the live chat, pop along, say hello. Let us know where you're from and where you're watching from. I mean, you can put anything you like, but ideally I would like, the place that you're watching us from, not, the toilet or something like that, or the actual place, or the country or a town, that sort of thing. Don't give your actual address because that'd be a bit creepy. Yes, so this is what we've got in the box. I still haven't opened most of it. We've got a big weight thing, bits of the dinosaur that got to come out of the egg. These bits that we had from there, let's get all of those out. The tools, the bits that might come in useful. The wax, going to need that. The little cutty thing. Right, I'll leave the rest of that in there because I don't think we're going to need any of that yet, although we might. Audio and video seem good, says Gemma. Thank you. That's what I'm aiming for. Right, so let's have a look and see. Last week, we got through a chunk of it, and I put a big cross on where we got to start from this time. So if I can find there we go. Look, it's there. Something just made a noise, and I don't know what it was. And now I did just bop my microphone, but that is still working. So hopefully everything's still okay. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. Yes, so the steps 1 is all we did last week. Got to step 2 now. So we'll see how that goes on. South Wales, says Mark. He doesn't say it with a London accent, no. But thank you, Mark. I knew you were around there somewhere, but I don't know exactly where. So you're not a million miles from me. You're at the other end of the M4. So, yeah, I'm pretty much at one end of the M4. You're probably pretty much at the other. So there you go. That's quite nice to know. Right, so this is a rocker wooden kit. If you don't know what that is, then they are like a plywood wood that is laser cut and laser etched, so you can tell which bits are which. And basically, you just pop out a piece, as in I need 2 A27s. So I'll find the board that's got A on it. That's D. I keep the boards over there when I'm not using them. That's C. That's A. So A20, what did I say? 7 are these ones here. So they should just pop out fairly nicely like that. Because when they cut them, they laser cut most of the part free. And then leave a couple of little bits still attached. So that's what you need the sandpaper for, just to get in and tidy up the edges a little bit where they are. where that was still attached a touch. So that does that. And actually, I'm going to keep the instructions down here out the way. Let's put those up there. That can go over there. We've got some parts that we'll be needing, wax that we might well be needing, other tools that we might well be needing, the winding key, and the other parts that I haven't used as yet. Gemma says West London. Yes, very much. The Bobbins is northwest England, near North Wales. Cool. Again, not a million miles away. And Stefan says, I'm going to mispronounce this, but wait. Lidcoping. It's not coping. It's Lidcoping. I don't know. On the southern shore of Lake Barnen in Sweden. How bad was my pronunciation on all of that? I'm expecting pretty bad, but there we go. Although I didn't notice it, I do have a Welsh accent on a recording. I haven't got an accent at all. I don't know. Accents aren't things that happen. They're things that happen to other people. I haven't got an accent. Although I have been accused of having an Australian accent quite a lot. I don't know why that is. I blame my mum for watching Neighbours a lot while I was a kid. But I don't know. I don't think I've got an accent at all. If I have, it's from London. But definitely not Australian. Never even been there. But there we go. Stefan says, my dad's from Wandsworth, southwest London. I'm aware of Wandsworth. Right, I've put some wax on those two bits because it told me to. I also need some P10s. You might want to see the paper. I'll put the paper up there so you can see a bit of it anyway. Yeah, I need the P1, which is the little things in here. So I need one of them. That goes. Wait a minute. Let's figure this out. Where am I looking? I'm looking on this side. Okay. So it goes onto there, where I've already got one of them things. And I need another one of these, which I put in another plastic bag because we have to tear these bags open. I need one of them. There you come. There you go. And a P1, which is a 10mm bar, which is one of these short bars. Looks like that. Not that. That's bigger than 10mm. I need a shorter bar than that. Let's try that one. It looks like that one. It's not that one. That's some sort of nail. I don't need that yet. I do need that and that. Is that South London? Says the Bobbins. Yes. Southwest, but South will do. South London, yeah. This is going into there. Right, put it on there and then put it in there. All right, I've done that. And that's going in there. Like that. Okay. And that's going on there. So they will both engage. That's cool. I like that. Home care is here. I'll tell you how to pronounce Lidköping when I get back. Thank you very much. I await that quite a lot. While you're gone, I'll get the Jaffa cakes out because I went shopping today and they're still on sale. So I still have the yuzu lemon flavoured Jaffa cakes to make my way throughout the stream. Good stuff. D4. Nicely done. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Wait, this is still going on that side. What? There's a bit sticking out there that I haven't got. I didn't do that bit. I'm working down here, whereas I should have been up here. Right, I missed a bit. Nobody told me I missed a bit. I need C8 and C10. What are they? C10 is there. C8's the little round one. Okay. So how is everybody? How are you doing? I didn't stream last night. I was meant to stream last night. I was meant to be playing Horizon last night, but I didn't. I shall tell you all about it. Ain't you going to share the Jaffa cakes? Says Mark. Nope, they're all mine. Nobody else in this house likes that flavour of Jaffa cake. So, you know, unfortunate. But there you go. That goes on there. And then that goes in there. Okay. All the way through to there. I like that. That's all right. I'll do that. Then I need C9, which is the wheel. And C7, which is the big bit there. Okay. Tidy up them. I shall get caught up to where I was, and then I shall tell you of my experience last night. Because, yeah, it wasn't the best evening I've had for a long time. Right, so that's going to go on there. I'm going to put some lubrication on the inside of that, because that's going to be rotating. On there. And then this is going into there. Wait, what? Just in there like that. Okay. How far in? Not further than that. That's getting stuck because I didn't quite tidy up the edge properly enough. At least I think that's why. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I need C18 and A26. C18 is another wheel, although one with lots of bits cut out of it, so I shall pop that out very carefully. Did your little AI overlord try to take over? It wasn't quite that bad, but nearly. Yes and no. Yes and no. Let me get this done, and I shall tell you all about it. I need A26. Another wheel. Right. There we go. So that needs some waxing in the big teeth. I should do all of the teeth because they're all going to be doing some sort of rubbing thing will be going on. A hamster escaped. Not quite. No, we don't have a hamster. We're actually a pet-free household at the moment. Right, so how's this going on? This is going over, over that bit. Okay, yeah, I like that. That'll do that. Okay. And then that goes over that one down there. There? Yes. Well, that doesn't actually engage. Okay, I'm not sure about that though. Why is that? I must engage with. What's up? Hey? Have I missed another something? Something must go on there. But that goes over there. Something must engage with the other side of that, surely? Because... and something must engage with that. It doesn't link up to that. I'm confused. I'm going to look ahead. See where the next linkage thing goes. That goes over there. The whole thing with the leg, but spring thing. That's all just the tail. There's nothing to do with that. Must be something down there. The switch and the knob to lock it. I can't tell. But according to that, I haven't done it wrong. Because that one has gone on there, okay. That one has gone on there, okay. Doesn't look like they're particularly engaged. It must engage to something. I don't quite get it. I don't like it. I don't like it when it doesn't make sense to me. Mr. Blobby came round and broke the PC, says Mark. That's the closest anyone's come to guessing what happened. Does that connect to anything? It connects to a post. It does connect to something on the other side. It connects up to that. But why is that so long then? I feel like there should be something else on there. But there isn't. Oh well, we'll just follow the instructions. Rocker have not done me wrong before. So there we go. That's that joined up. It's connected. That's now connected through to that, which is a thing. That's connected to nothing at all, which is just a bit strange. But there you go. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get C and D. C2 is that bit. And D15. This long bit there. Anyway, right. So, yes, last night, as I was preparing to stream, I have been doing throughout the evening as well an update to my home assistant, my smart home setup. And it didn't go very smoothly. It was meant to be an easy switch over to a slightly different system. An upgrade to the hardware that I use to run it. And it was meant to be painless. Upgrade switch. Use this, it's better. It can let you do that, and that, as well as what you're doing. Everything will just transfer across. You'll have no problems at all, mate, says the AI. It didn't work like that. I installed it, and half of the things just didn't switch over, didn't connect. And I spent the time that I should have been playing the game last night. Instead, I spent my time relinking everything to the house to get it all sorted and working again. And tidying up the problems that had crept in while I was trying to get it all up and running. And then today, I've been continuing my tidying up procedure, getting more automations and things set up and working. So, yeah, it wasn't the funnest evening that I've had for a long time. C21. C21. Is that not that? What's this? Wait, what? Bit that I've already got. Switch on and off. Oh, that fits into there. Okay. Yeah, well, I knew that did that anyway, but that now engages into there to switch on and off. Push forward to lock the gears. If not locked, slightly toggle gear. Pull back to unlock the gears. Okay, well, that goes in there and works as a switch now. Fair enough. Okay, then I need B15. I haven't used B yet. And obviously we start with 15. He's got the feet on it. 18, 16, 15. There you go. Biggest lie in technology. It's easy. It's one of those things. I love technology. Technology is great. I really enjoy it. I enjoy having it, using it, tinkering with it, learning about it. All tech I appreciate and enjoy. And the thing about tech is when it works, it's invisible. And that's the best kind of tech, when you don't know that it's there, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're using, and it just happens and works and smoothly does things in the background without you knowing about it. That's why I like the whole smart home and automations. The fact that you can just, once you've set it and program it and sort it all out, it just continues on its own in the background and you don't have to worry about it at all. Little things like, you can have lights that turn themselves on for you, stuff like that. Stuff like that is the easy stuff that just works. We've got the passageways out in the house now, motion sensors in them. So when you walk out to them and it's dark, the lights come on for a short while you're in them, and then when you go away after a little while, lights turn off. It's power friendly. You can't leave the lights on if you're not using them, but it just works. And when it just works, it's great. When things go wrong, that's when it's not so good. C 23 and 22. 23 and 22. Why are they different? 23 is on the top, which is this one. Another dinosaur race, says Kiko. It's the same one as last week. Welcome back. Yeah, I didn't finish it last week, and I'm probably not going to finish it this week. There's almost certainly another week's entertainment to be had from this, but welcome. How's your week been? All good? That's going on there. I need P14, which are little pins. Are they going to be in there? Is that these bits? That's these bits that I had one out before. Looks like that. Yes, I need another one of them. There is one. Why does it not want to come out? There it is. Okay, so these are going to go through there like that. Oh, Mike and Mark. No. Yep. Welcome. That's why they're different. These holes are slightly bigger in the top one, which is exactly what you need. I'm going to use the metal tool to push that in. Goes through there. There we go. Little pin that holds that together. Hold both of those together. This is going to be some sort of ratchet on that bit. A hole in the middle is a different size as well. Didn't notice that. On there like so. Good, good, good. Is it balsa wood? Balsa is mostly used for miniatures. It is. I don't know what the definition. I know of balsa wood. It's like a laminate wood. It's made of layers. Balsa is very soft, isn't it? You can make paper, not paper. Planes used to be made out of that as model kits, but no, this is a little bit different. I need B2. Is 3. There's 2. That's that one. Stefan's back. Welcome back. Home care attended to you nicely, I hope. Good. Is that's going over there. Onto that. Over that. And another little screw to go through that bit. It's quite nice having a variation to the normal just push things together with wood. Nice to have a couple of screws holding things together as well. It ensures that parts are not going to wiggle around at all. There we go. That's that. All together. Nice. C12. 11. There's 12. You might not believe it. I actually knew a lady who was into diorama type miniatures. Her mum was like into cults and stuff. The family didn't have a nice life after the lady's mum something. Okay. Cults can be very scary. I've never had any personal experience with them. But lots of cults and organised religion and that sort of stuff can be very, very confusing. Right, that's going in there. A bit more than that? Yeah, more than that. There we go. This is where the leg's going to attach, isn't it? There we go. I was making a balsa plane only for it to crash. Yes. A28. I remember stories of my father with balsa airplanes that used to make, and then because you made the frame out of balsa wood, and then you'd cover it with a thin, like a tissue paper, that you then painted with something, and it set it and made it solid and obviously airtight. So in theory they would fly, but not very well, and they couldn't be controlled at all. But apparently he used to fly them and fill them with petrol or gasoline and light them when you flew them, and they used to catch fire and explode in the air. This was back in the day when you wouldn't get arrested for doing things like that. You might a little bit, but yeah. That would have been, 75, 80 years ago that he was doing that. Right, so this is going to go on there. A28. You're going to go that way round. Is that way round? No, wait. It's got to be that way round because it's got the name on it. And this is going through that top hole there. This is going on that side. Hang about. I've got to turn it round. It does say turn it round. Over there. Like that. Oh, and that's going to go into there. I gotcha. That's going in there. Come on. In you go. There you go. Then that will go over there, and that will go in there. Good. Set fire to many models over the years, says Hugh. You could do it quite easily with these wooden ones now, couldn't you? Right, that's that. As I'm turning the page, and I'm going to have a drink because we've turned a page. We're allowed to have a drink to turn the page. Have a drink. Have a Jaffa cake as well. Why not? You weren't here, so I started on the Jaffa cakes while you were gone, Stefan. The Uzu lemon Jaffa cakes were on sale still, so it would be rude not to. B1. And another screw. Remember the polystyrene aircraft with the plastic nose weight? They're still around. I don't remember where I saw one, but I saw one somewhere. And the little propeller at the front, that only worked when air blew across it. It was the exact opposite of a real propeller. Because you needed to provide the power for it, rather than the other way round. I hope I don't have to get this apart again to figure out why that thing was a thing. F5. I don't know. F. What? I've done F. There's E. F. There we go. F5. One of these little things that look like, I don't know, some lopsided ears. Lopsided cat ear. Delta darts. What's delta darts? Is that the same thing? Is that what they were called? What's a delta dart? Right, that's the neck going that way. This is going to go... Is it going on that? Oh, it is. It's just to cover over that bit. Okay, that's a thing. So is that... That does turn with that. It just turns. Okay. Pay attention to the direction. Wait a minute. All right. Wait, whoa. I need C11 and C15. And then I've got to pay attention. There we go. C11, C15. That's the end of the C's. Cool. Right. What have I got to pay attention to? The direction of something. Wax the yellow parts. Can't see the yellow. Oh, yellow parts are just around the outside of this. Okay. So that's going on there. That's going inside there. That's okay. I understand that. Check the direction. Oh, I've got to get it to go the opposite direction to that one. That's fair enough. I understand that. That goes on there like so. Yeah, a bit further than that though. There we go. That's it. I'm going to wax around the outside of this because that's going to rub a little bit. Okay, so as this turns, that will turn, and that turns the legs one and then the other. And if we lock that, then that stops that going. So you can wind it like that, and then when we release that, that doesn't stop it. That stops it. Wait, what? Yeah, there we go. So we've got that. Makes the legs go around bloody quick. I hope there's something to climb it down with the leap feet on it, or it's just going to be mental. Right, so that was that. I've waxed the yellow parts. That's that. That's part 2 done. That didn't take it the same amount of time as part 1. Now it looks like we're building a leg. Maybe then we'll figure out how the attachment point goes and if that does do anything with that. Oh, it's got to do something. Why is that? I don't like that. It's just a twiddly wheel that doesn't do anything. But it doesn't have to do anything. Because that's just doing everything with that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Don't need anything else than that at the moment. Right, Stefan has given me a grammar lesson. So let me have a drink first because it's going to be difficult. Right. The K in lead coping is pronounced SH. Right. We were talking about this the other week with different letters and things. So it's lid choping. The O sounds like a U in burn. Lid shooping. The I in bird. Wait a minute. Oh, right. So, and the E in stern. Is the O. So lid chirping. With the R being silent, of course. Oh, lid chirping. Burn. R being silent. Well, the R's sort of not silent if it's the same as the U in burn. Is it lead? Or you say lead chirping? Lead chirping is pronounced. Yeah, okay. So lead chirping. Spot on. Well, how's that? Well, what was the name of the lake? How close did I get on that? Let me give me. I've lost it now. Southern shore of Lake Varnen. Varnen. It's probably not Vern. Is it Warnen? No, it's Varnen. Varnen. I'm assuming that's right. Let's. I haven't brought Tasia in tonight, so let's have a word. Good evening, Tasia. It's Wednesday. It's Midweek Makings. We are live. Say hello to everybody for me.
Good evening, Chris. It's Midweek Makings again. Hello, everyone. Taisia here, ready to assist with the latest gross models build. I've checked the stream setup. Meld Studio is humming like a perfectly calibrated droid. What's on the workbench tonight? Something 1/44 scale or a proper tech project?
I'm continuing what I started last week, which is the wooden rocker velociraptor, the dinosaur.
Ah, the wooden velociraptor, a magnificent beast. I remember the intricate details last week. How's the build coming along, Chris? Are we wrestling with the skeletal structure or perhaps perfecting the joints? Let's get this dinosaur ready to rock.
Well, I've finished the body part. I'm starting on a leg now, which looks like it's going to be quite good. There seems to be a wheel that's not connected to anything. It panicked me a little bit, but I think it's okay.
A loose wheel, how intriguing. Don't panic, Chris. Perhaps it's a feature, like a hidden stabilizer. Or maybe it's destined for a future project. You know what it's like. Extra parts always spark creativity. The legs are always the crucial bit for stability, though. Any tricky joints to watch out for?
Not that I'm aware of yet, but we're getting there.
Right then, steady as she goes. It's like balancing a star destroyer on a pinhead, almost. Keep the momentum going, Chris, and we'll have this velociraptor built in no time, much like those quickfire countdowns you do on the Stream Deck.
How's your Swedish?
Oh, my Swedish was enlightening. A thrilling journey into the linguistic landscape. Did you have a particular flat pack puzzle in mind, Chris? Or perhaps a new design for the workshop?
Well, no, one of my viewers, one of my subscribers, Stefan, is in Sweden. So can you say something to him nicely in Swedish for me?
Ah, Stefan in Sweden.
Yes, can you say something to him in Swedish for me?
Absolutely. A big hello to Stefan. Hey, Stefan. Kul att du tittar. Hello, Stefan. Nice that you're watching. Thanks for tuning in from Sweden, Stefan. Hope the Velociraptor build is providing some midweek entertainment.
Thank you. I might catch up with you later.
You're very welcome, Chris. Enjoy the rest of the build and don't fry the pie with too many complex automation daydreams. Catch you later.
Oh, what did she say? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't even see what I would. There you go. Colette de Tita. Nice that you're watching, apparently. How was her pronunciation? I'm assuming it's going to be flawless. Right, that's going to go in there. Like that. On there and then further forward. All right, I gotcha. I gotcha. Not going in there, though. I got it at an angle. Should be straight. Straight in there and then across. She spoke Swedish with a British accent. Well, technically, so did I. But yeah, that would have been a little. Yeah, but understandable, I assume. D14. One of these little bits. Okay. Isn't Sweden where cuckoo clocks come from, or am I wrong? Well, I mean, the Swiss are well known for their clock type manufacture. There we go. That's gone in, and that holds that in place. I like that. That's quite good. Yeah. All right. D7, B7. D7, 17. D7. There we go. That's that one. And B7. B's the one that I've been working on a lot of the new one. Yeah, this one. B7. 7 is that one there. That would be Switzerland, I think. Yes, he's got me going at it now. Not Sweden, Switzerland. Yes. Sweden. What's Sweden most popularly known for? It's, I don't really know. Being impartial. That goes on there, and then that goes on the. Wait, what? That's there. That's there. Okay. Oh yeah. I got you. On there like that. Okay. Bit of nice support on there and doing things. B5. Apologies, I do love cuckoo clocks. I don't like cuckoo clocks. B5. Never have. The little bellows inside them annoy me. If you take one apart and put it together the wrong way round, it goes ooh cook. Right, that's that way round and that way round. So that's going in there like that. Is there? Okay, it's a thing. I don't know exactly where we are on this one. Oh, this is not foot. This is an arm. This is a claw. The claw. Right. Then we've got to do it all over again for the other side, haven't we? D8. I'm going to need that one as well at some point. Yeah, B6. V3. Yeah. The B3 up there. 6 there. D's, not B's. D, 2, 3, and 8. There's the 3's down there. Two's up here. IKEA, Spotify, seatbelts, Beyond Borg. Yes, of course, IKEA. So therefore, meatballs. Spotify. I wasn't aware that Spotify was Swedish. That's yeah. Roxette. Yeah, there you go. ABBA. Lots of things. Seatbelts. You invented the seatbelt, did you? Not you personally, obviously, but that's quite cool. Yeah. Was Minecraft created by a Swede? That's Notch. That's his name, isn't it? Minecraft creatory bloke. No idea if he's Swedish or not. Right, so what we got here? Sorry, this is 2 is that one. We're in that side, going that way. Up there, like that. That one goes back that way from there. Cool. D12. Knew there's another thing I forgot. There we go. D12 is there, and also 7 is that one. Spotify, I use it all the time. I never signed into Spotify. I'm not a big music person. If I'm in the car on my own, I will just have an audiobook playing rather than any music. It's this bit that I'm going for. That's the trouble. We're getting too many bits out. So I'd rather have an audiobook playing than music normally. If anyone else is in the car, then we'll normally have some music playing, but it doesn't bother me in a big way. First aid kit, says Bobbins. Really? Cardigans. Stefan says, internationally known Swedish artists ABBA, Roxette, Robin, Zara Larsson, Europe, The Hives, Ghost. I don't know Robin or Zara Larsson. Larsson, I would have correctly assumed would have been Swedish. Europe, yeah, of the final countdown. Fame. Very cool. Right, that's on there. That's on there. That's that way up through there. I think. Those two as well. Yeah. Spotify is good, says Gemma. Yeah, I'd say I'm not disputing its use, just not for me. Goes on there that way round, and that's that claw. Right. And we're going to need 2 more screws. 1 for each side, I think. Yes. Yeah, I mean, seatbelts. And again, another technological thing that seems obvious, but getting it working and so people can use it and will use it, that's got to be the thing, isn't it? Right, that's going to go in there like that. Where's that? What is that? Lower than that. Wait, what? Something's not right. Well, I got that just the wrong way up. I got that one the wrong way up because that one goes in there. That's right. There we go. So that's something's not right about that. Is that way up? It's that way up. There we go. And then that bit in there. Like that. And then that goes in there. And that goes around that bit rather than trying to go through it. That makes more sense to me. For a relatively small nation, Sweden has given a lot to the world. Thank you, Sweden. Yeah. All right. So there we go. You've got arms now. That's the thing. Something has gone wrong. No, it's all good. Video's not playing, but that's okay. It's still working. Right, drink and Java cake time before I get back to it. I can't really take credit for any of it myself, but you're welcome. D10 and 11. Some sort of shoulder blades. Right, 11. This side. To there. All right, yep. Yep. Adding a bit of musculature. And then D6. D6 and a spare one. They must think I'm going to break this bit. It worries me a little bit every time I see that there's a spare piece, because it makes me think that they decided that people break that enough to make it worth giving you a spare. So am I going to break it? There you go. Right, so this is going over the top shoulder. You can see where it all connects up. Now, as grabby arms, it won't. I won't mention what my tiny country of Scotland has done for mankind. I'll be here all night. I was must admit that did come to mind when we started talking about inventions and places. Scotland is definitely up there as being the highest number of inventions per square foot. There we go. That's gone on there, and I didn't even break it. Oh, there's another bit on that bit though. D5. That goes across, obviously all of that bit. There we go. So structure, stability, and shaping. All good stuff. There we go. Getting there. He's getting there, isn't he? Isn't he? Looking good. Let's try winding him up a bit more again. And then I'll release him and he'll run like crazy. Yeah, he's going to run slower than that. That's a little bit too quick. Many modelers are probably aware we also make our own fighter planes. Tunan, Lansen, Dakan, Vigor, and Gripen. It sounds like the reindeer. I did that even without turning the instructions over and do that. It's fairly smooth. I'm assuming this will still fit over that. It will. So if you can't wind it using that, you can wind it using this. There you go. That's the thing. And the legs will do the whole running. Yeah, I like that. That works quite well. Smooth, nice, good. All right, start part 4. We only did 1 in the first week, and I've done 2 and 3 already. And now we are starting a leg. Are we doing an entire leg? What's the plan? still got to do? There's still quite a lot to do. And that is another leg. Put that leg on and then put the other leg on. So I'm going to get one leg on and we'll attach it. That'll be the end of tonight. So let's get a leg built, assuming nothing hideously bad goes wrong. But that's my intention tonight, is to get a leg done. I'm going to need something from E. I need E5, which is that little bit there. And B's 8 and 26. 18. 8. There's that big bit there. 26. 19, 21, 24, 26. That's these. Okay. Saw a vegan display at an air show in England. Impressive beast. Is it? Rain is what Wales is famous for, but we didn't invent it. Yes, and the other thing with the sheep that Hughes mentioned. Right, that was that. I've got the big bit. That was the other one. Cool. Right, let's see. This needs lubricating inside those two holes. Okay. That's that. So that goes onto that. And that goes into that. Okay, that's the thing. E. More E's again. Easy. E1 and 3. 1 is bigger than it looks. And 3 is these holes there. Okay. Right. So 1 and 3. Wait a minute. That's there. This is 1. Which has got to go onto there. And that's obviously then got to go on the top of it. Yes. So that goes on there and that goes all the way down there. That then goes on top of that. Okay. Lubricate inside those two holes. Was rugby a Welsh invention, says the Bobbins? I don't know. I have no idea about that at all. E3 again. That was one of these. Another E3 and an E5. Three, 5. There we go. English clergyman Bobbins is you. He probably didn't have anything else to do, did he? So might as well invent rugby. And golf was a Scottish thing, wasn't it? But cricket? Cricket must have been English. That goes through there. That then goes through there. And I need B11. 17, 10, 11. Okay. Hello from Estonia, says Raja. Oh, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time it is in Estonia. It's probably evening time, isn't it? Hello, welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here. That's going on there that way round. I didn't know the legs would have that much articulation, but apparently they do. Stefan did his military service at an air base near here back in 89-90. Our job was to maintain the grounds, including the runways, so as close to our vegans on a daily basis. Impressive aircraft. Yeah. I thought the Davy lamp, but now I know that was an Englishman also. Oh, well, yep. Cool. We're just talking about who's invented what. E14. 14. Another big claw type thing, but this is a leg. Why's it got big claw on it? I don't know. Must have invented drinking tea. What, the Welsh? Don't know about that. Singing, maybe. The ball bearing in 1794. The microphone in 1878. Hydrogen fuel cell 1842. Really? Foundational mathematics, such as the equals sign, in 1557. All Welsh inventions, says Hugh. There you go. Lots of stuff. Somebody invented cricket. They can take it back whenever they like, says the Bobbins. Yeah, I'm not a sporty person for anything. Right, so that's going on there. That's going through the middle one of them. Is that bit there? Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. I think this is E14. So I need E2 as well. Wait, what? E2. Oh, right. This is the other side of the bracket thing. I understand that. I can get that. The microphone and the loudspeaker must have been invented at the same time because they're basically the same thing, aren't they? Right, so that's that, which goes over those two. Like that. Okay, so then we got that moves, that moves, and that moves. Not entirely certain about all of that. But there we go. Right. E3, E6, and D something. 16. It's B. Don't want B. I want D. 16. There we go. There's D16. Yes, for some reason we're definitely a very international stream this evening. So a worldwide welcome to all of you. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. Have yourself a favourite beverage and settle down and enjoy yourselves. I'll be here for another half hour or so, I should think. Need to get this bit done. E3. Also need an E6, which is another one of those type things, but that one there. Okay, so let's tidy up the edges of that. And that. I already did that. And that. Because this is going to be the rotatey thing, so definitely need to make sure that's clean. Okay. So what happens with this? That goes through that bit. Like that. And that's on the other side of that. Okay. B4, not after. The 14, 4. There we go. My favourite was the Draken Stefan, a wonderful machine. It's an airplane, I'm assuming. I don't know it. Okay, so that goes in there like that. One we can all rate to is 1861, mail order shopping. Mail order shopping was invented in 1861. That's very cool. That's an interesting fact. Right, what have we got? How have we got this going where? What? That bit goes onto there, and then D17 goes on the other side. 16, 17, there we go. Your fault, Shellard, says Hugh. Yep. Mark invented shopping. Okay, so that's gone through there like that. I still can't really tell what bit of anything that's going to be. That's going to have to go there, isn't it? Not sure. Is that going to join up there? Something to be. No, there's going to be some sort of tendon or something going through there, isn't there? That was that bit. I need P13. That's these, isn't it? I haven't got any other screws, have I? Was that the screws that I've been using all along? I thought they were 12. Is it 13? P12 is 5mm. Oh, wait, have I got different screws? 4mm. They're 5mm. So 13 is 4mm. So 13 is these ones. I haven't opened them yet. It's okay then. I know what I'm doing. I need 2 of them. That back in there. Welsh also invented the RIB lifeboat. It's fine. Oh no, it's Chris's fault. What? The online shopping? If I've got a commission, then I'll accept the fault. If I don't, then I don't. Another Jaffa cake time. Got to keep my strength up. All right, where's this going to go? Oh, into the end of that. I got you. Yep, that's the thing. Okay, I got you. Right. F2 and E8. F2. I haven't got an F2. What does F2 look like? It's going to be one of these things that was in one of these, isn't it? Yeah, there we go, F2. That's no good either. I'll get rid of that. An E8. E is this bit. 8 is that bit. Rigid inflatable. Yeah, it doesn't sound like one of those oxymoron things. I don't know how it can be rigid and inflatable. All right, that goes on there like that. Okay. B12 and B13. 12 fits a foot. 13. One of them. Okay. Right. So how does that work? That goes onto there. That goes on. Oh, that goes in there. Okay, I'll give you that. Do that. Okay, and then that goes over the top of that. Has it got a direction? It has. It's got the engraved side that way. So that goes on there and then back into there. Nice. Okay, that's the thing. Oh, springtime. Spring is in the air. Dakin's a beautiful aircraft. Our fighter jets do look a bit different. The old Lantern is probably the most conventional looking one. I mean, they've all got to have wings, haven't they? They've got to be a thing. Right. All right, that's got to go on there before I push that forward. And then that sort of locks it in place. Okay, that's the thing. With that going downwards, good. Sticky foot. Sticky foot, the other sticky foot. I have got left and right written on them. I do like a grippy foot. Okay, that's done, I think. All right. F9 and F10. 9 and 10 next to each other there. Convenient. There we go. That's no good. Nice. All right. So 9 and 10 are going to go back to back. Either side of that there. Right. Okay. That's the thing. Goes on there. That one goes on there. I do. Good. More B's. B22 and 23. 22 and 23. Again, next to each other. Convenient. Almost like they knew you'd need them at the same time. Good. Right. Where are these going? That one's going on that one. That way. Big claw for the foot. Definitely feels like that could impale you. That one, not so much. Still nasty, but not nearly as nasty. Can't get a grip on that because it's too sharp. There we go. Right, that was that. I need a 20mm P1. That one, isn't it? The one that's stuck inside a spring. Yep. And no, P1's the little washery thing. Okay. That just goes on the end of that. And then we're back to the, wait, what? Through there. Through there. Okay, that's done that. Oh, and then the spring goes on top of that. Right, okay. Spring over that. That way around, yeah, okay. Then a B10. 14, 20, 10. There we go. And another one of them. So that's going to go over the end of that. That's going to go over there and there. Right, okay, I've got you. Yeah, that's the thing. That goes on the end there. Right. Yeah. P13, another one of those screws. One of those. Okay. One of those, not two. You can go back in there. That one goes on there. Come on. Right. And then that needs to go in the middle there. I like that. Yeah. Okay, that's the thing. And then we need another 20mm bar. And another one of those either side. Okay, so that on that end. Through all of that. Through the foot. Yeah, there, and there. Okay. I like that. Then a B14. 13, 14. There you go. And that goes across there and across there. All right. Okay. Covering over the springy bit. Okay. So we've got, yeah, some proper articulation there. So as that moves, something about that's going to join up. And that's obviously springy for some traction. Something about those two is going to move together and apart. And that'll do that. So what's going to move that together and apart? It'll be on those. That's going to go through there. And that's going to go through there. Yeah. And then as that turns, it's going to go like that. I like that. That's clever. Definitely a thing. Turning that circular motion into that. Right, then we've got to do exactly the same again on the other leg, which I'm not going to do tonight. But what I do want to do is attach this leg. So this is the right leg, which we do down here. So I need E3, 2 of them. 2 more of them. Come off there. They can go over there. Just don't want loose legs floating around. That's clever, says Mark. It is indeed. I like a mechanical solution. So that's going on to those 2. Yeah. And then that goes on to there. Then we get some of those little clip things that I found. Make sure these are properly lubricated. Right, I need E7, E7 and P3. P3 is that plastic bit, I think. Yes, P3 is a little gasket. Right, so E7 are these bits. And in here was one of those little plastic, same sort of shape as that, but plastic. So somewhere along the line here, we've got to put that on there. Oh, and then these bits go in the middles. Right, so let's see. Yeah, in the middle of that is that. Let's get those joined up there. That one on there. I must have another. Oh yeah, they're going to go on there afterwards. Yes, okay, right. So that's going to go on there with that in the middle. Yeah. That's the thing. And this is doing the same thing on the top there. Must be right next to that. So that one's going to go on there. And then that one. Must be necessary just to give it a little bit of extra space for that bit. Okay. P13 is those screws that I've been using. A B26. B26. One of those. That's going on this one. Yep. One of those screws. And another one of those screws. I'll get two of those out. I've got some have escaped from the bag, so that's okay. Okay. That's going to go in there. Almost there, up a bit. Just in the middle of that, not right on the end of that. You try to escape. You ain't going to escape. You're still here. There. Okay. And the other one needs a B26 and an E12. E12. What's an E? Oh, it's one of them big ones. Okay. Right. That's that. And that's that. So that goes over there and into there. That just goes over the top of that. And then that goes in there. Right. So there we go. We do have a leg done. Not sure what's going to happen when I start it off with just one leg connected. Not a lot. As with all of these things, it needs a little bit of wearing in. So I can probably wear it in a bit from the other side. There we go. Yeah, so that's the thing. I like that. It's working. For some reason it seems to be hitting against his arm, but it's the thing. Yeah. I like the movement of that. That's good. So that will go down. It will grip and go forward, and then it will do the same on the other leg, and it will grip and go forward. Nice. Well done, me. I'm happy with that. That's gone together quite nicely. So I shall leave that there tonight. I shall get all this put back away again. And I shall return next week and finish it off. I've got the other legs to do, which should be easy because I've already done one. Then the tail and the egg, which should be a nice balance for the completion. It is Wednesday, so I'm not doing any more streaming for this week. Back at the weekend, Saturday night, Dan and Jeff are both apparently still around, so we'll be finishing off the pirate DLC, not DLC, the pirate levels for Escape Simulator 2. There isn't any more. There's no DLC or anything announced for that yet. So when that's done, that will be that done. Although there are community levels that we could go back and do for a bit. But we'll see what happens going onwards on a Saturday night from that. We've still got other things we can go back and play. Sunday, Katie and myself will be playing some more Split Fiction. I think we might be near the end of it. So we might be finishing that this week. But we'll find out, and we'll have other things to do after that as well. Let's have a look. Needs lube. Who's got my crown, says Mark. Mark has not got his crown. He's not had it at all. The Bobbins has got the crown by the looks of it. No, Gemma's got the crown. There we go. Katie made a great choice with that on. Yes, this was a gift from Katie at Christmas. So there we go. That's that. And Mark says, don't know who has your crown, Mark. And then Mark comments, without a crown at all. He did have his third crown, but then he lost it. So he's not got any crowns at all. So there you go. I'm sure you'll get one next week. So thank you very much for joining me on this stream. It's been fun. It's nice to have a couple of most of you, lots of international viewers. So hello and welcome to you all as well. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for more at the weekend. So stay safe. Have a good one. Bye-bye for now.